welcome back to episode number 46 of Travel Talk. It's been quite a while since I've last recorded an episode due to the fact I've now got a job, which I explained in the previous video. So your videos aren't going to be as frequent anymore, but at the same time they will still be coming whenever I get a chance to make them. And luckily today I have a day off work, so I'm going to make a few videos and get them all sorted basically. But yeah, today's video is number episode. So I haven't done this for a while, it's already gone. Today's video is episode 46. Basically today I would be going to Darling Harbour in Sydney, visiting the aquarium, the zoo and Madame Tussauds, which, you know, is a fun-filled day. It's a lot to do, and yeah, we'll get straight into it. So I woke myself up about 9 o'clock, got dressed, got ready, headed downstairs, had some breakfast, and then I was kind of thinking about what I wanted to do initially. I'd seen on the maps that I had that the aquarium had been quite well recommended, and decided I was going to wander down there. And obviously using my friend Mr. Google Maps, who never lets me down apart from that one time in Sydney when he let me down, he got me down to Darling Harbour within about 20 minutes walking, and which was where the zoo, Madame Tussauds, the aquarium, etc. all was, which was nice and easy for me because it was all in one place. It was literally next door to each other, so, you know, it makes life a lot more simple when things are like that. So I headed into what had been dubbed and this is what they write, the best aquarium experience in New South Wales. I'm not sure how hard that really is because there's not that many big cities in New South Wales, but, you know, obviously it was going to be good. So yeah, basically what it was, like I say, they were all in a row and all owned by the same people, so you can get kind of a ticket for all three of them, and it cost me like $50 I think for the ticket for all three of them, which is about £25 English money, which isn't too bad really when you think about it. So you're getting into three places for £25. All three were pretty good and well worth the money, so I didn't have any problem with paying that. So yeah, bought the combo ticket and headed straight into the aquarium. And it's a really big aquarium. It's very deceptive. All three buildings are very deceptive from the front view. They don't look overly large, but when you get into them, they're kind of industrial warehouse-sized places, and they are really huge. So you get a lot out of it. It's really, really worthwhile. But yeah, like I said, the sheer size of the aquarium really did strike me. It went back for, I reckon, a couple of miles, and yeah, I say a couple of miles. Let's be honest, I'm kind of maybe stretching the truth a little bit. It went back a long way, but it was on 4 different floors as well, so there was 4 floors worth of stuff. So that obviously comes along with it, that it makes it feel a lot bigger. But it was definitely probably walking around 2 miles worth of stuff. It was really interesting, and obviously they had a lot of native sea life in there. You get sharks and all fish that are kind of native to Australia. But also, you know, various other things. It was good. I mean, the aquarium was probably my least favourite part of the day, just because I find most aquariums are very similar to each other. And yeah, even though obviously, like I say, you do get different native types of sea life in different places, I do feel like a lot of them are very similar. So yeah, it wasn't my favourite of parts, but at the same time, if you haven't been to an aquarium before or a sea life centre, this would be amazing because, like I say, it was 4 floors and there was so much to see and do. There's about, I think they had about 20 sharks or something like that, which is incredible. So yeah, highly recommend that. Came out of there, then decided to head into the Madame Tussauds. And Madame Tussauds basically is split into 2 halves. One half is just entirely Australian people, all famous sports people, celebrities, anything basically. So that's one half of it, and then the other half of it is obviously kind of the rest of the world sort of people. So as you first walk in, you see people like Leighton Hewitt and Greg Norman. Leighton Hewitt, the tennis player, Greg Norman, the golfer. Glenn McGrath was the cricketer. So you see all of them as you initially walk in. As you come round the corner, you see some more Australian people. You see people that have kind of been associated, not necessarily Australian, but associated with mainly Australia. And then you then hit kind of the halfway point, which is it kind of goes from Australia and kind of gently blends into the rest of the world. So they have a room with all the famous singers. So it starts off with Olivia Newton-John, who's obviously Australian and was famous obviously for being in Greece, etc. And as you kind of go through, it gradually gets less Australian. So they went from her to Ricky Martin, who is popular in Australia because he was on The Voice in Australia. She's popular. And then it moves across really quickly and it goes to like Taylor Swift, Kylie Minogue, Michael Jackson, Katy Perry. So all of them, it kind of gradually moves. So like it goes Olivia Newton-John, who's like the most Australian person in the world, then Kylie Minogue, then Ricky Martin, and then it just kind of blends in. So naturally, I got some selfies with some of them. Like, who doesn't want a selfie with Taylor Swift? Everyone wants a selfie with Taylor Swift. It's amazing. But you come out of there, you walk through a little bit where they kind of show you how they make all of the waxworks, which was quite interesting to see how much time and effort goes into each one. And I must say this, as waxwork places, that's a different word to say. As waxwork places go, out of all the ones that we've been to, and I mean I've been to the one in London as well, this was really good. The likenesses on them were really, really interesting, and you could tell who it was straight away. Some places you go to, you look at them, like the place we went to in San Antonio, you look at them and you think to yourself, I don't actually know who that is, and you have to read like the plaque, and you still probably don't know who it is afterwards, but these, every single one, you knew who it was. It was really, really well made. But yeah, we went through that. Come out the other side of that, you meet Harold from Neighbours, and you meet, I don't even know, I think his name's Alf out of Home and Away, and they've both kind of got like their set pictures. Like one's got Home and Away behind them, obviously the other's got Neighbours. You meet Dame Edna Everage, who's the most Australian person ever. Without doubt, her and Crocodile Dundee are just, that's it. So yeah, you do that, you come out of that side, and then you go into my most favourite part of the entire time, which was the area where they had all the Marvel people. So they had Wolverine, they had Iron Man, they had Thor, they had Spider-Man, they had, was that it? Wolverine, Thor, Spider-Man, Iron Man. I think that might have been it. They had those four, and you could take photos of them, so I was like, so happy, I was so excited, I was like, ooh, photos! So I took a selfie with literally all of them about 8 times. People were starting to get angry because I wouldn't move out of the way. But you got to make sure you get the right photo. It's amazing. So yeah, did that. Came out of the Marvel area after about half an hour of standing in there and being so excited. You wouldn't guess I'd like Marvel at all from all of that. It's hiding so well. So yeah, did that. Came out of there into the next part, which is more famous film stars, and it's kind of a mix between Australian and normal people. That sounded bad. I mean, Australian and rest of the world people, not normal people. Australians are normal, it's fine. So yeah, you come out there, you got Tony Collette, Eric Bana, Mel Gibson, and Crocodile Dundee, which is Paul Hogan. Everyone calls him Crocodile Dundee. I don't think anyone ever calls him Paul Hogan. And then there was also a very nice tribute to the late Heath Ledger. A lot of screens showing all of his best film moments, and his waxwork was kind of right in the middle. And then onto the global side of it, you had Jackie Chan, Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad and Angelina, Nicole Kidman, Ryan Gosling, Rihanna, Pink, Elle Macpherson. So I really like cramming them in, it was mad. So like you can see, obviously it was a really big 50-50 divide between Australian celebrities and the rest of the world, well, mainly American. But, so yeah, but it was really good. Like I say, it's good when you can go in somewhere like that and you don't have to read who it is and you know exactly who it is straight away. And yeah, that's the most important part, really. So yeah, I really recommend doing that. But that was my time over in there. Headed out of there, went round the corner into the zoo, which again I had already bought a ticket for, so I just wandered straight in, kind of all smug, looking at other people like, haha, you're buying tickets, I've already got one. And again, I wasn't sure what to expect with a zoo that was by the harbour side, in all honesty. I didn't know what sorts of things that they really would have. And when the first room I went into was dedicated to butterflies, I was slightly concerned to pay like money to actually come in and see butterflies. But luckily, that was saved very quickly. As the next room I went into, you went through some plastic doors and then there was koalas. Nobody can dislike a koala. It's humanly impossible. No one will ever dislike koalas, ever. Simple as. So got to see the koala. Took about 40 photos of one koala because, you know, the excitement. I hadn't actually seen a koala yet in Australia, so I was like really excited. So I needed to do that. And walked around the corner from the koala. There was a Tasmanian devil, Didn't actually know what they looked like. All I could assume was that they looked like something out of the cartoons. They obviously didn't. It looks more like a kind of a cross between a dog and a koala, but like with black fur. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. Moved on from that. Saw some lizards, some spiders, all of which were pretty cool because they're all massive. I'm not a huge fan of spiders, but these spiders were actually enormous to the point where they were like bigger than my hand. So I was like, "Ooh, how interesting!" But yeah, mainly I was hunting in there for like kangaroos and like wallabies and that. So I was hoping they had them, and luckily they did. And soon came to them, saw the baby kangaroo. They all seemed very laid back and chilled out. Seriously, my words today is out. So yeah, they seemed quite excited to be there, and you can tell that they're obviously used to people because people were stood there taking photos of them and they were just like staring them out. It was hilarious. But yeah, took some photos of them. Took some photos of the adult kangaroos, which were just a bit further back. And just wandered around the zoo for the rest of the time. Saw obviously different types of birds, some more lizards, some wild boars, some emus, you know, everything that you kind of relate with Australia. It was really good. Like I say, I didn't know what to expect with a zoo by the harbour, but luckily it was a really good experience and I really enjoyed it. And all in all, I was out from about 10 o'clock until about 4 o'clock. So I spent 6 hours, and $50 for 6 hours I think was pretty good. So yeah, I really enjoyed my day. And decided to head back to the hostel about 4 o'clock. Quite a long day in all honesty, did quite a bit of walking, but not an expensive day in all honesty. You know, like I say, it was very good financial side of it. If you're paying $50 and getting 6 hours of like solid entertainment from different animals, waxworks, sea life, etc., then yeah, that is definitely worth doing, and I really recommend doing it if you're ever in the Sydney area, obviously. But yeah, it was definitely one of my favourite parts. Amazing views, exotic animals, superb waxworks, and a nice little walk there and back to top it all off. Not a bad day really, in all honesty. But yeah, I was back at the hostel and I think I'd stayed an early night in all honesty. Didn't really have much to do. Quite tired from all the walking I'd done, and yeah, just decided to have an early night. The next day I would be mainly having a chill out day, getting packed, getting last minute stuff ready, because I would be leaving Sydney the day after that to head up the east coast and start going through places like towards Byron Bay, Brisbane, etc., and different little places in between. So I'll leave this video here. It's already been 13 minutes. It's been quite a long video. I don't want to make it last any longer. Hopefully you've enjoyed hearing about all of my adventures in the waxworks, etc., etc. I'll leave a lot of photos at the end. There's quite a few. Hopefully you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.
We fight on to see another day. We hold on to live a better way. We fight on to see another day. We hold on to live a better way. Time is moving faster as we race towards the sun. We're chasing after shadows of what we will become. But in our minds we crave what isn't real. Whoa. And darling, time will fall back down to the